It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see this team's rocket-armed quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Great game in store for y'all. Next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for visiting Oklahoma City, they come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McGee. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McGee. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the opening drive of the game yields 3.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But this opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave them 3 points.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
To the sideline and incomplete. When you look at this defense,
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air. That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
and they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's McGee. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw. Hahn. He finds his man complete. That's Stevenson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Hahn. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead as that leads us to fourth.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
London about set to take over on offense. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Hahn. He finds his man complete. That's Stevenson. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 2nd and a couple.
Back to throw. Hahn. And a quick throw here that's complete. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Operating from the gun. Hahn. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the 1st down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
2nd and 10.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
He'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got this down to the 35.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jensen. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Oklahoma City has the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. He finds his man, complete. It's McGee. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Now 2nd and 5.
They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got him.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive interception, this drive the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get it.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes our score 17-0. A 10-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. London about set to take over on offense. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
Looking to throw. Hahn. Going right side here, and that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Off play action. Hahn.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards that time.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Operating from the gun. Hahn. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 on the play, and now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 21 yards away. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Point after here coming up. And it's 17-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. This is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's McGee. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They go play action here on first down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they bring out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now back to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 3.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll set up to throw.
That is caught.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone as he's got a first down on that last catch. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. London about set to take over on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Hahn. Complete. Richardson has it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. It was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back to throw now on first down.
That is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Hahn got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hahn. He finds Bolden. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And he comes back with one complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9.
Operating from the gun. Hahn. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun. Hahn. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Hahn. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
2nd and 15. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McGee, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
London about set to take over on offense.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And that is incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st down, Beasley.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Hahn. throw left side complete. That's Richardson. No gain on the play. And it's second down. Looking to throw. High. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he had to reach for that one, but can't grab it. It's behind him, and it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Now, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Jensen. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there on third down. 55 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
The slot man in motion right. They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's McGee. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Now a handoff up the middle. Carroll. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun, Hahn. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Hahn. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And as a result, possession switches hands. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. London about set to take over on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
It's caught left side, Bolden. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Hahn. And Bolden brings it in, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. This offense so far on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Hahn. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Looking to throw. Hahn. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Operating from the gun. Hahn. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Back to throw. Hahn. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carroll, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Up the middle they go. It's Carroll. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
On 3rd down, Carroll. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Looking to throw. Hahn. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. He finds Bolden. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hahn. Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for Oklahoma City, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Londoners, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.